It's Friday Night Lights here on Oneberg, on our Oneberg Facebook channel, Oneberg YouTube. If you're listening back on Spotify, I am your host, and my name is Mitch Montani. You're live from Hempfield area high school in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Tonight here in Week 5, you see the Cannon Mac Greenbacks are dreams. Sometimes it feels it always seems like she took her and they just like you. They check with Mitch just to make sure I got that break. I'm looking for right in there. And they do that. They won 2 straight. Just another extra trade. Cannon Mac is 3 straight. She never figured out I guess I'm supposed to be to take on the really starting to take games. A lot of things how we expected it. Central Catholic and North Allegheny is going to be a top 6A. One game in a top chain last week. So the job begins the final 1 or 2 spots because there's 4 teams that make it. Cannon, Mac, and Hempfield both eyeing up those spots. So tonight's game. Hempfield game is 7 o'clock from the Troup High School Sports Network. The first year on Oneberg, let's go through our games of the week. We'll start with a good one. Upper St. Clair at Peters Township. Probably the game of the night across the street from IL. These teams are undefeated. And it's the same that these 2 teams are meeting now. At this point in the season, you'd almost like it to be a last game of the season in terms of who will win this conference. But by all means, Upper St. Clair, Peters Township, this could be game 1 of what could potentially be game 2 of the 5A championship later on the season. Yeah, it's pretty much the unofficial conference championship. It's early in the season for that to happen, but tonight's game is going to mean everything. You have 2 teams that have dominated pretty much every opponent they faced all season. Both are 5-0, and tonight's game is going to mean everything for how things stack up. Always a good one, and tonight it'll be played at Peters Township High School between those 2 South Hills rivals, the Panthers and the Indians, at 7 o'clock. North Catholic 5-0 and Montani Christian, who's also 5-0. Another good one. And those 2 teams together tonight. They feature some very good quarterbacks, good skill players. Take a look at what's been going on so far this season. The Saints and Montani Christian averaging 46 points per game. Only allowed double digits only once, so defensively they're very good. That was the clarity in the opener. They got some big shot players that can play when I was easy. North Catholic as well. She has so much stuff. If you said, excuse me, now, the ass, you're chipping me, making choices out. If it's going to be the end, one person to give it a shoes, yeah, these similar type of situation. We expected Peters and Upper St. Clair to be great throughout the year. This is kind of an odd one with most of the teams being 5-0 and Breakup's dominated throughout the year. It's another case of a situation that's going to have a lot of fair. Good one up in Lawrence County tonight. Now we're looking at Newcastle. I got it right. Lawrence County. That's when she gets up. Yeah. Now we're looking at 3-1. Newcastle, big front one on the season. This is a big one between these 2 teams. Newcastle has not had a winning season. The Earthquake Conference play has been a disaster for the Red Hurricanes. They average 1.2 conference wins per season. That's been about it. The Quips are the Quips, right? We got Yelvin from Kings Council, Josh Slade, this team. They're stacking full output of 3-1 tonight. The state ace. Sometimes sometimes it always seems like she's talking to me. Hey, take over the face is just like you guys. They want to make shit and be just like you. But they just never. Yeah, school down there. I'm just going to go on the road. They're 3-1. It's been a rough 3-1, but if you look at it, the only one has been, I guess this way, extremely strong habit. So that was still right where they need to be. And I think that they're going to be live tonight. So, big teams to take out with 3-1 in Newcastle. Central Catholic and North Allegheny. This one here in Class 6A tonight. Probably will determine whoever wins this competition. Like I've something to say about that. They still going to play Central Catholic and North Allegheny. Meanwhile, for Hempfield, they didn't really play those 2 teams the last 2 weeks, having lost. But for all intents and purposes, Central Catholic 4-1, 2-0 in conference play. North Allegheny 5-0, 2-0 in conference play. Winner of this game, probably going to win this conference. Or, Warwick, maybe another team that's still one that hasn't played those two teams yet to make a run. But in my opinion, it's winner this game probably would support. Absolutely. And it's one of those cases where you know that you're going to face this team again if you're either Central Catholic or North Allegheny. So I always wonder, especially the last couple of years when this matchup has taken place, how much do the teams sort of hold back? If there's a certain play call or a certain formation or anything that they don't want to reveal before what will probably end up being the classes they choose. That game tonight at North Allegheny High School between Central Catholic and North A. That brings us to our contest here tonight. Cannon Mac 3-1, 1-0 in conference play. Hempfield 3-2, 0-1 in conference play. We can set the scene for you here at Hempfield High School. You can take a look at the field. Hempfield on the far end, Cannon Mac on the near end. Neither on your screen right now, but I promise you they're both in both end zones. Getting ready here with what's going to be a Tuesday night here in Westmoreland County. We are just east of Greensburg. West of Greensburg, west of Greensburg, east of Greensburg. On the other side is up towards the Troup. We're on the Pittsburgh side of Greensburg. I'm not too far from around right up about 136 where Hempfield Area High School is. Good atmosphere. Greensburg pouring here to Spartan Stadium for a game in which, again, Hempfield won last year 33-27 in overtime in Johannesburg. Back Cannon Mac. Big question is, can Cannon Mac arrive this 3-game series? Or can Hempfield get back to the Yeah, I mean, it's for Cannon Mac. They've won 3 in a row. Now it's been gritty at all times during the next 3 games. They're out to a 1-0 conference start. Hempfield's been really beat up the last couple of weeks. But this game needs a concrete. The last couple of spots in this conference are behind. And Cannon Mac, a little bit of a change of pace tonight. They play 3 straight home games to win them all. They take the roughly hour trek during rush hour tonight. And as did we. They come out and face what up until the last 2 weeks was due to the pretty strong Hempfield team. So we'll see what happens. It's a very important game. It's about time for Mitch and I to make our picks of the week here on One Word. We'll start with, again, might be the game of the night. 100% clear, 5-0 after your sponsor, 5-0. Allegheny 6 conference opener for the Panthers and the Indians. This game is Peter Township tonight. This will be like, beat the Panthers. They took care of Peters in the regular season game a year ago, ended up losing in the playoffs. But good enough for St. Clair to take care of it. I'm with you on 1-for-1 right off the bat. I like Upper St. Clair as well. We saw the Panthers earlier this season against Cannon Mac. We didn't see the Peter Township Cannon Mac with Steve. You and I both for Elton. 8-0 games. But Peters was good. They're going to be even not much better on their home turf tonight against Upper St. Clair. But something about the Panthers and really look in that week-one game against Cannon Mac. We kind of had that championship since this year. So I like the Panthers on the road tonight. North Catholic 5-0 and a 1-2 who also is 5-0. Feel like they're great. Instinct. I don't know why I'm feeling there. I think Ivani Christian has a stronger roster, and I think they beat North Catholic. And when the Saints come marching through, right? I like the Saints as well. Money Christian tonight at home against North Catholic. Aliquippa at Newcastle. The Clips 3-1. Newcastle 4-1. Off to Newcastle, they're off to a strong start. I mean, I've said it every week because Aliquippa always seems to be on this list, but never bet against the Clips. That's kind of my motto. And so, props to Newcastle for the 4-1 start. They think Aliquippa handles it. Clips of the Canes. I like the Clips as well. Mitch and I are 3 for 3. And if my memory serves me right, we've gone through all 5 games 100% agreed. Have we? I don't think so. I don't think we have. So we're 3 for 3 with 2 more to go. Let's see what happens. Central Catholic 4-1 at North Allegheny, who's undefeated 5-0 on the season. Again, huge game here in Class 6A. We got another one behind us, warming up between Cannon Mac and Hempfield. But who do you like, Central Catholic or North Allegheny? So I like Central Catholic. Allegheny, oh, baby time. We against the Wednesday. They might have just been caught off guard. But I think that Central Catholic unequivocally has the strongest roster in the Class 6A. So I think not only do they beat North Allegheny, they take care of it. I'm going to go with North Allegheny at home to remain undefeated against Central Catholic. So I like NA at home. We have our first disagreement. We still will not have swept our picks. Maybe next week. Finally, our game behind us, Cannon Mac at home. This is a tough one because this was an overtime game last week. I really have no idea who's going to win this game. Normally, you and I have a pretty good idea when we're going into a game, especially if we're covering the big match right here. We're either leaning one way or leaning the other. I don't really know how to feel about this game tonight, but I think we end up getting a one-score game. I think Hempfield. Canamac, Hempfield tonight. Where is my Spartan hat? Unfortunately, Canamac Nation, I'm making the Spartan as well. I think Hempfield here. This game's in Cancer. They can fill up that energy in Cancer. Maybe I take Canamac. I think here at Hempfield on the road tonight. I like the Spartan. Mitch, it's for week 5. We're more than halfway there after tonight. Again, the flip side. We got pretty much every week. Yeah. It looks like another beautiful night here across Western Pennsylvania. I hope you're enjoying week 5 across the country. I hope you're heading out to a game that will be touching here on one. Send us your pictures, your videos, anything you have. Make sure you watch those picks and post this morning as well. Back up. It's quite the character. Does a great job. Absolutely. All right, we'll leave you with the scene here at Hempfield Area High School, where tonight at 7 o'clock, Mitch and I will have the call between him and Hempfield. Have a good night.